Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all for joining us today to talk about our wonderful event that's coming up again, Kotak Law Military Appreciation Day.
Well, this event is, really allows us to be a part of an organization in partnership with the Brampton Beast and also with Kotak Law that helps build the awareness of what Wounded Warriors Canada is doing.
It's a privilege for us. I say we're a hockey team, but once a year we get to think about the military and what they do for the country and a thank you, and it's a real honor for us to do that.
This is the fifth year that Kotak has hosted this event. He gave out 1,000 tickets, and plus he gave also $4,000.
Our good friend Natish Kotak, like every year for the last 5 years, has been sponsoring this Remembrance Day ceremony where he brings out some of our troops to show support, but also he donates to the Wounded Warriors.
Yes, this is our fifth consecutive Kotak Law Military Appreciation Day. And it gets better and better each time in terms of the people we can bring out and the ceremonies we have at the beginning. And you'll see this year, it was such a profound ceremony, the Flanders Field and the moments of silence. And reality is, you couldn't even hear a pin drop with that moment of silence. And that's the respect everybody has here for our military, our first responders, and those who, in fact, put their life on the line for us.
Putting this on really sends the message that we care for our veterans, that we respect the commitment that all of our veterans have made, and we just want them to have a great night and enjoy a hockey game, Canada's sport.
My dad was in the Army for Armed Forces for 46, 47 years. And, he was in 3 wars, and, the hardships that some of his friends have gone through, it's unbelievable. So we should stay behind them. Let's not forget what they did for us.
Wounded Warriors Canada is an organization that provides mental health programs for our wounded veterans and first responders and their families across the country.
Once we have a veteran that's overseas and comes back, it's the family that has to deal with a lot of the ramifications. So Wounded Warriors gives back to not only the veteran, their families, the community, and having them come back and integrate back into the community and understand how much we appreciate what they've done.
Our programs vary from our PTSD service dog program. We've now introduced a new children's program that aids the families and the children who their parents are suffering from PTSD from service-related issues, and they are all across Canada.
They've really expanded their outreach and what they do. They help first responders and those who suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder as a result of being first responders and what they see day in, day out. And it's something so special. They have a program for the children of our first responders and our military veterans whose parents are afflicted by post-traumatic stress disorder. They work with those children to give them counseling and support so they understand and see what their parents are going through, that it's not their fault, and in some ways they could actually help their parents.
And this shows a fantastic support for our Canadian troops and veterans who sacrificed their lives for this country and those who are protecting us today.
Partnerships really do make our programs possible. So it is only through the care, compassion, and generosity of Canadians from coast to coast, and that includes Canadian businesses.
Amazing people like Natish really taking time out to support them, giving back to them, and organizations like the Wounded Warriors organization.
You can't do this without Kotak. Natish has been an unbelievable partner. This event, we thought about it in a small conversation about 6 years ago, and to see that we've been doing it for 5 years, and I think it's really a pleasure, and it's a pleasure to work with him. He's a true partner, not just to the team, but he really gives things back to the community.
Nainesh is he's just been a fabulous supporter and a great ambassador for what it is that we're doing with the charity and helping to spread awareness through these events as well as his day-to-day interactions with individuals in the community.
Always been a firm believer. I think it's my parents, I got to credit them for that type of upbringing, is to give back to the society that you live in and give back to, particularly when you're successful at something, there's a karmic duty to do so. So, I've got a particular interest in helping those who suffer from anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and this venue is just one of those things. I'm also a board member of the Peel Children's Centre that does help children and their families who are suffering from various forms of mental illness or depression.
This is an inspiration, and I hope many people watch and see what he's doing and say, you know what? This is how we make communities more connected. When everyone engages in making the city better, our city is going to be unstoppable.
I think he's a trailblazer. I think it's amazing how selfless it is and how much he gives to this cause. And I think with his clout that he has and how important he is to our community in Brampton, hopefully he can lead the way for other companies and people entrepreneurs in Brampton to also step up and to give towards causes like this.
On behalf of Wounded Warriors Canada, we'd like to personally thank Kotak Law and the Brampton Beast for their support. Their funds go to a number of our programs that allow us to provide our first responders and our veterans.
As much as I can do in the community to help with these issues that really affect all of us, I will continue to do.
Nainesh, I hope he continues to do this year after year after year, and it grows, because this is just a wonderful way to say thank you.